All right, folks, we are sitting in the C63 and we're gonna take it for a ride. It's cold, hasn't run since yesterday. Let's kill the radio. And this will be, you know, how I normally drive it, but maybe we'll get a little semi-spirited. As you can hear, the parking sensors do not like being so close to my garage, but they'll get over it. It's taken me forever to remember where the garage door buttons are. On the bottom of the rear view mirror. So yeah, you can see the parking assist does a good job lighting up where you're at and showing you the surround view of the vehicle. So comfort mode, I usually watch the display on the right hand side of the driver's screen that shows me my engine oil temperature and the transmission or differential temperature. I'm not exactly sure which is measuring. I believe it's the transmission. So we want to get that warmed up before we really start jumping on the car. It'll turn white in the display, so it's really easy to notice. I think it's a pretty useful feature. You shouldn't ignore it. So in comfort mode, the C63s is certainly not, you know, super plush. It's got some road noise. It's got a lot of feel through the seat, so you know, you pick up the road vibrations and irregularities through the tires. I do keep these tires, as you can see, the tire pressure just came up, 44 in the front, 40 in the rear. They are all on the money, which is good news. Sometimes I do switch it just to sport mode when it's warming up. It's not a bad place to be. It might shift a little bit better, and it doesn't turn off the auto engine stop feature if you put it in that mode. But the engine won't shut off yet because it's not warmed up. So in comfort mode, on a decent paved road, car's pretty darn comfortable. Handles like a champ. It's got great visibility through the front, through the rear, side view mirrors. Everything is really good. There's no bad blind spots or anything like that in this car. Some of the cool features that this car has, keep it on your side of the road, buddy, are on the display here. So if I hit my favorites button, I can show dynamic data, engine data, a bunch of different things. Let's show this one. Some of the differences between the C63 and this C43 that my fiance has is some of these additional features. The 43 does have the engine dynamic screens and things like that, but it doesn't have the track package where you can see your quarter mile times, 0 to 60, braking times, and other things like that. As you can see, you can get pretty spirited around these turns. I do have the lane keeping assist on right now, so if I go over the yellow line or even get a little bit too close to it, the car will automatically start start applying brakes to the outside wheels and pull me back in. Usually I turn it off when I'm just out playing around, because I might cross a line, and it's a bit of a pain when you don't want to slow down and it slows you down. So I'm in sport right now, and we'll probably switch it up here just in another minute or so once we're a little warmer on temperatures. I have noticed that for the lane keeping assist and other features like that to work really well, you do have to have some decently painted lines, or else the cameras can lose sight of what they're looking at. Definitely a very flat riding vehicle. The 43 is as well, but the 63, man, I have taken it through some pretty fast turns, and every time I try to push it just a little bit harder to, you know, to get the feeling of the car, and it's just flat. I've never squealed a tire. I've never felt any body roll. Basically, the car has always said, "Is that all you got?" It's quite obvious that this car is much more designed for, you know, the professional who's been on the racetrack or who wants to take it to the racetrack and can exploit what this thing can do. You're never going to reach limits of what this vehicle can do on normal roads. What I also like about it is the fact that the car really looks out for you. I mean, you could really screw up a turn and come in too hot, and the car's like, no worries, I gotcha. You know, it knows with all the electronics, the stability control and things like that. You know, if you start understeering or oversteering, and it starts correcting for you. So I haven't reached that kind of a limit, but I do understand how the systems work, and I do have a lot of faith in them, and this car is very confidence inspiring in that regard, because you can drive it pretty hard and the car will take care of you. This car, let's go to Sport Plus. We're just a couple degrees on the transmission from being warm. This car also has race mode and slippery mode, which is a little bit different from the C43, and you can also turn off the stability control, and well, you can manipulate it in two different ways. You can press it once and it goes to a sport mode, or you can press and hold it and it turns it off.